Yeah, well, residents here in West Calder and Harbour Drive understandably still shocked by what's happened. There's still a heavy police presence, as you can see over my shoulder. Now, around 4 o'clock on Monday, police were called here to a house behind me, and they recovered the bodies of a man and a 6-year-old girl. Police say inquiries are ongoing and their deaths are being treated as unexplained. Clearly this is a community very much in shock. I spoke to Councillor Craig Meek earlier today.
Ultimately, anything like this that happens in communities will come as a significant shock. Not only those that are really close to the people, but equally to the wider community. When tragedies like this that happen in communities, that's when you see the bestness in communities, that people pull together. West Calder is a very close-knit community. And I'm sure that everybody will support each other, and that's what's really important at a time like this. Although the incident has happened near Parkhead Primary School, that there is no connection to Parkhead Primary School.
Well, people are just trying to go about their business as normal as they possibly can, given the circumstances.
As you're aware, Police Scotland responded to Poppy Class as a concern for call on Monday the 20th of January. That call related to concerns from a family member around a child failing to attend school. This led our officers to conduct inquiries to identify the child's whereabouts, and ultimately resulted in them attending at the property at Harbour Drive in West Calder. On being unable to gain entry to the property, assistance was provided from colleagues at the Scottish Fire and Rescue Service to force entry, and tragically the bodies of an adult male aged 36 and, as you know, a young female aged 6 years of age were discovered from the property. Inquiries are clearly still at a relatively early stage, therefore I'm unable to go into any detail around the cause of death at this time, and post-mortem examinations will be undertaken over the course of this week. We are working tirelessly to understand exactly what happened within the property and to clearly answer questions from the understandably devastated family members and the wider community across West Calder and the West Lothian area. I want to thank our local partners and residents of West Calder in particular for their support over the last 48 hours in what's been a difficult time, and seek to continue to have that support in place as we efficiently but effectively carry out our inquiries over the course of this week and beyond. As a local resident in West Lothian myself, I very much appreciate the tight-knit nature of local communities and the real desire to understand and get answers to what's happened here. I would ask that people try and avoid speculation at this time, allow us to do our inquiries and undertake them in an efficient and effective manner, and we will provide further details as soon as we have them. I'm sure everyone will understand of the importance to understand the facts, particularly for the families involved. The shock and sadness felt across West Lothian and further afield is understandable. Whilst my words won't take that anxiety and concern away, I would wish to reassure local residents in West Lothian, and particularly in West Calder, that this appears to be an incident within the context of that one property, and there's no wider risk to members of the public at this time. You will continue to see a fairly significant policing presence across West Calder in the days and perhaps even into the next week that lies ahead. The officers there are your officers, they're your local community policing team and response officers. They're there to support you, so please do come forward if you have any concerns or any questions, and of course if you have information, please do bring that forward to us.
Our thoughts remain with the man and girl's relatives at this extremely difficult time, and they continue to be supported by specialist officers. They are understandably devastated, and it's vital we get answers for them. At this time, we have no information to suggest anyone else is involved, and inquiries remain ongoing. I would ask that anyone with any information, no matter how small or insignificant you think it is, gets in touch with us.
What was it like for officers when they attended the scene?
So local officers attended the scene. It's a traumatic scene that we're processing at the moment, and we're supporting those officers as well ongoing, having seen what they've seen.
What do we know about the victims?
So we can confirm the relationship as father and daughter, and further to that we're supporting both families, and we'll continue to do so as we process and investigate.
Are you looking for anyone else with regards to this?
I confirm that the information we have available at the moment would suggest we're not looking for anyone else at this time.
So that would suggest that perhaps the father has murdered the daughter?
Again, I'm not going to speculate until investigation concludes at the moment, and all options are open at the moment.
I mean, somebody must have seen something, given the time of day, broad daylight. You would think that something, maybe seen something or heard something.
So we are engaging with the local community and the neighbours in the immediate vicinity. We'll continue to engage with them and thank them for the support so far, and anybody with any information, I'd urge them to come forward to the officers who remain at the scene.
And they are local to the area. I know the girl was supposed to attend school but hadn't done so far.
That's correct, both local to the West Lothian area.
But she hadn't attended school. Was there a reason for that? Or?
So that's what raised the alarm effectively, and that's where police became involved thereafter.
And what about local community? Obviously very traumatic for them having to deal with this on their doorstep.
Absolutely, and that's why you'll remain to see a police presence in the area to support the community and reassure, but at this stage we don't believe it to be any wider threat to the local community.
What further details do we know at this stage?
Well, at this stage we know the basic details of what led us to attend at that property. That was a concern for call raised by a member of the family concerned their child hadn't attended school. That then led us to attend at the property, carry out a number of inquiries, and ultimately we forced entry, being concerned for the persons within, and tragically found both the male and the young female deceased within. That's where the inquiry is at the moment. It's at a relatively early stage just to properly understand what happened in that house.
No identities or cause of death as yet?
No, you'll appreciate post-mortems are going to be undertaken over the course of this week to properly understand what happened, and that's a key part of the inquiry this week, to understand exactly what took place on that property.
Obviously you know who these people are. I mean, local people, I understand?
Yes, they are. They're local to West Calder, certainly.
What's the community been like? Obviously it's been tough for them.
Yeah, the community's understandably shocked. As I've said before, I live in the local area myself, so I appreciate it's a really tragic set of circumstances, and there's a real thirst for answers. We will work as effectively as we can to get those answers to the community and clearly to the family. In the meantime, there's reassurance patrols in place. I would strongly encourage people, if they have any information, come forward, but likewise, if they simply want to speak to local officers, come forward and have that conversation, and we'll provide support if we can.
Too early to say if it's sinister?
Well, at the moment it's unexplained, as you probably know, so pending primarily the result of the post-mortem, that will give us a better indication of exactly what's happened.
I mean, it does seem a bit strange. Broad daylight, you'd think somebody would see something.
Well, ultimately we have a crime scene, or a scene within a domestic property at the moment, so we don't understand what that looks like at the moment. It looks like, certainly to us, nothing's happened out within the public domain, so probably not that strange that nobody's reported anything if it's happened within the sort of property itself and not sort of expanded out into the public domain.